Hi, thank you, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for being with me. I had some things that I wanted to come up on YouTube and speak about that's going crazy. The internet is going crazy about today. I think it's sad across the board. I think it's just sad what we do as a people, as a whole, as a group, as a generation, as all ethnicity groups. I think it's just sad that how we deal with each other today and our lack of awareness and our lack of sensitivity and our lack of knowledge, the way we handle things. And there was an incident that I know we all heard about with the Gayle and the Snoop and everybody else kind of getting in and getting involved, and hats are thrown and innuendos are thrown at everyone, and everybody's talking about everybody. And I think at the end of the day, if everyone kind of do like self-check, self-evaluation, I think everything would be different if you constantly and consistently check and work on yourself. And when I've said that, I said that with all due respect to everyone that's involved with all this internet drama that's going on, everyone. And I do speak on respect for everyone. If we as adults don't know how to behave, don't know how to interact, don't know how to comment, don't know how to speak to each other, our children are watching us, and they're watching us make ridiculous decisions in our older age or our mature age. They watch us like they mimic what we do, what we say, our behaviors. And when you look at anything, my outlook or my output or my view on what's going on today, I'm thankful that Snoop Dogg did apologize to Gayle, because we're not bees, we're women. Regardless to our ethnicity, this is not an ethnicity thing. It's not. Because it just goes on whoever. Should we treat each other different? All race and ethnicity should treat each other with respect and dignity. Every race, every ethnicity. Doesn't matter what you are, black, white, Asian, Dominican, Puerto Rican. Doesn't matter what your ethnicity is or your background. We should all treat each other with respect. Now, to me, if you make a comment and you're talking about someone's father, that they are deceased, that they're no longer able to defend themselves. If we didn't talk about this since 2006 or 2003, whenever this happened, we on a 15-year difference, 16, 17-year difference, that we want to talk about what happened. That is crazy within everything. If you didn't speak about this when this man was alive to defend himself, why speak about it when he's no longer here? Who has to pick up, the people who has to pick up his pieces is his children, because they go out in the world. This young lady has to go to college. One of his daughters are on her way graduating high school. She's on her way to going to college. Why put the spotlight on them when they're celebrity children? The spotlight is on them already. Comments are being said about them. They're being scrutinized through a microscope. Everything they do is being scrutinized. Why put that extra attention on them or that extra negative behavior? That's just more ammunition for someone to load up and shoot. Why? You don't want to give people ammunition. If anything, we want to take this off our children. We want them to go out there, be productive children. We don't want people to tease them and bully them. You set that all up for this family and their children to be bullied for what? For what? You got to think about that stuff. We don't think about that. And I think it needs to stop. Even with Gayle children, where you You calling her names, and you know these children got to go out there in the world, and all because of actions of adults, not even children, but the actions from us adults, that we don't know how to engage in correct conversations. Some conversations you have to say, I'm not taking on that, I'm not commenting on that. I don't care what job it is. If you have to walk away, have dignity, have pride. That stuff shouldn't be brought up. Now, someone is so insensitive to bring up someone's past, and then for everyone to jump on it or chime in on it, it's a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of awareness. At the end of the day, the children will be affected by grown up people actions, which is disgusting. I don't care what nobody said. And at the end of the day, everyone stay off of the internet, interacting or engaging or commenting, because the children will be affected by all of our actions. When you come up on here, say something positive. Talk about the history of the people, their families. Why bring up negative stuff when they have to deal with it? So it's not a race thing or ethnicity, black people acting this way. It doesn't matter what race you are, what ethnicity you are. It doesn't matter. Behavior is behavior. It doesn't matter. We can make the conscious decisions whether we're going to attack a person, what kind of behavior you're going to engage in, either it's positive or negative. You can't put out positive stuff and then you're negative. You can't play hopscotch. You jump from one end to the next end. If you're going to be negative, be negative. Then continue to walk that negative path. If you're going to be positive, be positive. We're not perfect, but at least you're going to keep walking in a positive direction, because we unknowingly offend people. We're not perfect. You unknowingly do things or you knowingly do things. It's either or. It's always one or the other. It's never both. You can't have both. You can't talk about all the good or all the good stuff that you're doing, but then at the end of the day, you make a conscious decision to say what you're going to participate in or what you're going to partake in. And you're grown. You got to be like you aware of what's going on. It's not about people twisting your mind. It's what you participated in because you wanted to participate in that. So at the end of the day, you have to be aware of your actions as an adult. And I think that everyone should come back and apologize to each other and leave this stuff about Kobe Bryant and his past history, just as he deceased, bury it and leave it alone. You have to think about the children and what kind of adults are we to put harm's way in children. What kind of adults are we to put our children in danger? Think about that, because that's what we're doing. You're setting up other issues for these children to go through in life. So I want you to think about that, because I'm going to include myself. What kind of adults are we to put our children in harm's way? And when I say our children, because you're talking about Kobe Bryant children, you're talking about Gayle's children. Our actions cause reactions. If they don't cause reactions today, they cause reactions tomorrow. Everything is a cause and effect. It's an act and a reaction, everything. So we have to be mindful of the things that we exit out of our mouth, the comments, the speeches, what we're talking about. We have to be careful about that, especially when it involves children. Because at the end of the day, these are not just adults that we're speaking about. We're also talking about children. And if nothing else needs to be said, you need to respect these children and think about that. If you don't think about nothing else, think about his children, think about Gayle's children, Snoop, think about your children, the one that threatens Snoop, think about children. Everyone should think about our children, what effect this will have on your child. Because not everybody going to be like, hey, you did a great job responding or cursing out, or Gayle, you did a great job bringing that up. Not everybody's going to be on board. Sometimes you got to leave things alone. Go behind the scene and talk. Stay off the internet because we always able to pull it up. You can't delete it. You can't say you didn't say it. You can't say that this didn't take place. Stay off the internet when it comes to hurting and harming children, underage. You want to attack adults? Attack adults. You shouldn't. But if you want to do that, then yes. But not when children are involved. Because at the end of the day, it's those that are affected by our actions. So I think we need to be mindful of that. And that's what I want to say on that. I think we need to be mindful about the words that come out of our mouth, how we treat people, and how you move going forward. If we don't talk about things, then I think that needs to be a law. I think that needs to be a law, that they're not allowed to bring up negative actions and comments against a person. Definitely if you've been tried in a court of law. If you've been tried in a court of law, or somebody, or they said they went to court and they paid under the tables or whatever, even more, it shouldn't be spoken about. Some things just shouldn't be spoken about. And I'm not defending anybody's actions. I'm just talking about our children. That's all I'm speaking about, because that's my concern. I have children, and my concern is always with what they're going to have to go through in life, what we setting up for them to go through in life, and that's all it is. It's with anything in life. It's a positive, it's a negative. It's a positive reaction, it's a negative reaction. It's always going to be one or the other. So we need to be mindful. So in my opinion, I think everyone needs to come back and apologize and leave it alone. Go forward, move forward, leave it alone. Honor everyone that lost their life on this helicopter crash. Honor every single person, the 9 individuals, because they was all unique people. None had the same character, none had the same personality. They were all unique and different people. And I think we need to honor all 9 of them and respect them. And my condolences, again, go out to everyone. And all of us, the fans. All of us that are hurt. All of us that are hurt by the comments and the internet and all the ratchetness. It needs to stop. And if you don't do nothing else, think about the children. That's all I'm telling you. If you don't do nothing else, be aware and be conscious of the actions that you're making that will affect these children. Just be aware of that. If you do nothing else, just be aware. And if you like what I'm saying to you, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, thumbs up, and let's make it do what it do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification, thumbs up, and let's make it do what it do.